game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. This gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
How the fuck I pay a couple card notes and ain't even whipping? How the fuck I'm putting food on the table while I ain't living? Cursed from being alone with these dreams of a happy home. So when I think it's really love, I give them anything they want. I got stupid shit I did as a kid defining me lately. When I try to open up a new chapter, they still hate me. My mental, my only drug, so I'm doing this shit alone. Last time I fought depression and she got me on my zone. One bad move for thuggery, hit record from luxury. Pop said some shit that stuck with me. All it takes is a mustard seed. Yesterday I caught $40 of pot those. Homie and
well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. You know, I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
And we are, bro, why did my throat have to start off like that, yo? Like, why did my voice have to start off like that? Like, why couldn't I just, you know what I'm saying? Why couldn't I just glide right into it? You know what I'm saying? Hey, eventually I'm going to create an intro. Once I get a better setup and I get, like, you know, somebody that can help me with the audio and all that different type shit, all that different type good stuff, the show's going to evolve. I'm going to build a fan base. I'm going to build an audience. Listen. If I can tell you anything, I'm going to tell you something that everybody done told you before. Chase your dreams. Do not stop. All right? That's all I ever think about. Now, we're here to talk about Monday Night Football, yo. We're here to talk about Monday Night. Listen, this is not the video where I'm going to go over every single team. That's going to be tomorrow night. I plan on doing that tomorrow night when I get off work. Tonight is the Monday Night Football breakdown, where the Denver Broncos went into Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson's return to Seattle. What a game. What a game. You know, I said that I said that Geno Smith might not have truly earned the position. He might have just got it because, I don't want to say he didn't earn it, but like, it was a good chance he was going to win it based off of him, Pete Carroll already rocking with him and whatnot. What a game from him tonight. He wasn't as good down the stretch, in my opinion. But the defense was. Like, that was the story. Like, so, at the end of the game, the Broncos decided they wasted hella clock. They had 3 timeouts. They wasted clock at the end of the game. And it was 4th and 5. And I thought that they were going to go for it at first. They wasted so much clock. Eventually, they call a timeout. Which is crazy because, like I said, they have 3 timeouts. So as soon as that play is over, you can call a timeout. Instead, they waste a whole bunch of time. They like 20-something seconds. They get back into the huddle, let the play clock go all the way down before they call a timeout. So you just wasted 20 to 30-something seconds. And I'm thinking to myself, now, if that was the case, why didn't you call a timeout before that? And 2, if you knew you were going to kick a field goal, because they brought the field goal unit out there, why? Like, if you knew you were kicking a field goal right there, why a better play call before that should have been had? And on top of that, why would you be planning to kick a field goal from that far out? That's, to me, that was a deep field goal. And the story of yesterday, as it is, it feel like every year is field goal kickers missing and making. Shout out to Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. But I don't know, that play at the end of the game, or that sequence of plays at the end of the game was weird. Now, what people are going to talk about is, oh, Hackett should have allowed Russell Wilson. You put the ball in your quarterback's hand on 4th and 5th. And I agree with that to an extent. I agree with it to a large extent. However, the way this game played out is not, they did not lose this game because Russ didn't go for it on 4th and 5th. They lost this game because of the numerous amount of penalties they had this game. The 3 times they could not convert touchdowns in the red zone. The defense let Justin Herbert. The defense let Geno go crazy in the beginning of this game. It's a lot of reasons. It's the fumbles by the turnover. It was so many different reasons as to why the Broncos lost this game. I don't think it came down to that last play or that last sequence of plays, even though that last sequence of plays was handled wildly. the Broncos, man, and it's so crazy because when they was actually like on the same page, clicking and whatnot, the Broncos offense looked good. I'm not gonna lie. Like this, it's so weird because the Seahawks offense looked good tonight too, and I'm thinking to myself, they doing everything they could have done with Russell Wilson. What was the point of letting this man go? But that's neither here nor there. They ran the ball better tonight. They had far better pass concepts and whatnot for the Seahawks. And it was like the Seahawks. I was looking at a completely different offense of what I've seen the last couple years. And I'm not going to be one of those ignorant motherfuckers who like, oh, well, you know, they couldn't do this with Russell Wilson. Like, bro, I'm not finna disrespect Russell like that. They could have done this with Russell Wilson. I don't know why they chose not to. Maybe this was just a message to Russell Wilson in his first game and they won't play like the remainder of the season. I don't know. But this was a game full of penalties. You know, you had a couple PIs, false starts, and I'm talking about on the Broncos. Heavily undisciplined is what they call it when you rack up this type of this many flags and whatnot. And I do think it hurt them, but you know, at the end of the day, you get into the red zone 3 times and you don't convert at all. Like you turn the ball over twice. Like, bro, the Broncos literally about to go in and take the lead in this. The Broncos a couple times tonight, and I think it was because of the crowd noise in Seattle. Russell Wilson used to that helping him, not playing against that type of crowd noise. I do think it got Denver off of got him a little off kilter a little bit tonight. Like I think the crowd noise actually played a big difference in the different type of like in the multiple letting the clock go all the way down before they actually hike the ball. I do think that played a difference, the crowd noise. But when you Russell Wilson, you've been doing this for so long, you expect him to be able to get everybody under control and whatnot. It was shocking that they had so many offensive penalties tonight. I think Denver will get better. It's so weird watching this game because I watched this game and I thought to myself, like, I know I picked Denver to finish last in their division, but it's not because I think they're going to be a bad team. As a matter of fact, this game kind of made me believe like, yo, Jerry Jeudy had a good game. Bradley Chubb woke up at the end of the game and basically ended the last 2 drives for Seattle. So it was a lot of positives in this game. I do think, and Cortland Sutton is a great player. If Cortland Sutton can't become the guy who pick up those third down, move the chains on third down a lot and have Jerry Jeudy be that guy who was like the speedster, then I think they're going to have to find somebody who can do that for him. Other than that, though, you got to be a better – it's kind of hard for me to go at the offensive line of Denver because while they did have moments tonight where they look bad, I think Russ hold on to the ball too long sometimes. Not even sometimes. I think a lot of times Russ hold on to the ball too long. That's why he ate up so many sacks when he was with Seattle. He also run into sacks a lot. Like, Russ run into more sacks than any player in the league, in my opinion. Like, this motherfucker back spin into sacks, 360 spin into sacks. Like, it's pretty crazy how much Russ run himself into sacks. So, it's kind of, I don't really know where Denver's offensive line is yet. Like, that's something I'll probably know that based off of, like, the next couple games. But I just know Russell Wilson is the type of quarterback, the type of player that will run himself into numerous sacks throughout a season. So that'll be an interesting watch. But the positives that you can take away from this if you're Denver, because it's a lot of negatives, the penalties, turning it over in the red zone, not converting in the red zone. A lot of different penalties that you say, a lot of different things where you say, if we did this right or fixed this and blah, 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 we would have won. I think one of the biggest things, they ran the ball good. Like, defense was good. I think the biggest thing, if you Denver, that you take away from this game, like the positive, not all the negatives, because, you can take away a lot of negatives away in this game. But the positive is this definitely looked like a better and a much improved offense, a much improved team, in my opinion. Like, this looked like a much improved team based off of the team that I've seen the last couple years from Denver. I like Nathaniel Hackett. Even though that was a coaching blunder at the end of the game, I like what I saw from him in his first game. I like the offensive system they got for Russ. I think better weapons will make this system look even better. But, yeah, I like the system that they ran. I like what I saw from the Broncos. The other positive I would take from this is also the Broncos could make the playoffs. Russell Wilson, to me, is that good. Now, it's kind of crazy saying that, seeing as how he could not get this team into the end zone, those 3 opportunities at the end of this game to win the game. Like, he should have been able to do that. Lamar, Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, we feel like would have done that. Justin Herbert. So he got to get him in the red zone. However, I did not come away from this game thinking to myself like Denver going to have a long, rough season. I think Denver going to be a good team this year. I think they'll be in contention for a playoff and a wild card spot, but I do not think 4 teams is making it out of that division. I did kind of Jerry Jeudy's development is going to be very interesting, because one of the reasons I have them finishing last in the division is because while I think the worst quarterback in the division, I don't think none of these are bad quarterbacks, but if I was ranking these quarterbacks in this division 1 to 4, Derek Carr would be 4th, Russ would be 2nd, and Justin Herbert would be 3rd, and Pat would be 1. But that's like off of career accomplishments. If I'm ranking them right now, Russ would probably be, I don't know, man. That was tough because Russ had a great game, in my opinion. I probably put Herbert right there. It's hard because Russ just had a good game. And I can look at this and say, man, it was some misplays that he had out there. But I do think he's still getting used to these receivers. He don't have a big body. Well, Courtland Sutton's big body, but Courtland can't do what DK can do. I even thought, like I said, DK and Tyler Lockett to me are great receivers. I think Tyler Lockett is a far better route runner than DK. I think both of them could be better, though. If Jerry Jeudy became a better route runner, he would be a problem. It was another dude I was looking at this weekend, Devin Duvernay. So I was watching the Ravens play, right? Devin Duvernay is a great hands-catching receiver. And over the last 2 years watching him when he didn't have opportunities, he make a lot of great plays, like catches with his hands. If Devin Duvernay could become a B+ to A- level route runner, he would see his career take off. Route running is such an important skill set. Dudes who ain't as fast as some of the speedsters, the one thing that the top receivers always can do is run routes. Mike Evans is an unbelievable route runner. He ain't the fastest. He big, but he ain't the fastest. He rarely get a shit ton of separation on routes, but he's so great at running routes. He gonna be exactly where the ball's supposed to be. Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, Keenan Allen, like so many of these great receivers are great route. Amari Cooper's not a top receiver anymore. When he was, one of Amari Cooper's biggest traits or best traits was he was a phenomenal route runner. DeAndre Hopkins is a phenomenal route runner. So, to me, if Seattle could get, like, imagine if DK was like a top-notch route runner. And because I think DK kind of make boneheaded plays at times. Like, he fumbled the ball in this game on the sideline when he should have just went down. Trying to fight for extra yards, I get that. Sometimes it's just crazy, though, when you're trying to fight for so many extra yards when the ball is so loose and it's so many different players around you from the opposite team trying to take that ball from you. To me, it just sometimes you got to know when to go down, but it didn't ultimately cost him in the end. But if DK was like, because he already a big dude, he already got speed. Imagine if this dude was a top-notch receiver when it came to route running and catching with his hands. I think he would be on another level. I really do. Like, one of the things that make A.J. Brown so nasty is he not only can he use his body and all, he can high point a football, he can win the 50-50s. Motherfucker's a great route runner. A.J. Brown's a great route runner, and it was never... I used to always think it was weird that he didn't get credit for how great he ran routes, even though if you just watched him in Tennessee, it was so very clear that he was... Not only was he a great route runner, but he great when the play break down. Now, I think the best route running receiver in football right now is probably Devontae Adams. Probably Devontae or Justin Jefferson. I'm biased when it comes to Justin because Justin to me is just like, that's the first receiver I'd take out of every receiver in the NFL. I done said it in multiple videos, but I fuck with Justin Jefferson. I think that motherfucker's a stud. I keep hearing people say, oh, he gonna be the Cooper Kupp of this offense. The dude's better than Cooper Kupp, bro. I understand. No shade at Coop. I understand Cooper just won his triple crown and whatnot. That got way more to do with his team being great around him, him having a better quarterback, him getting a shit ton of opportunities. it ain't got really, to me, it don't have anything to do with him being better than Justin Jefferson, because I don't think he's better than Justin Jefferson. If he was, I'd say it, but I don't think he is. But headed back to this Denver Seattle game. Shout out to Seattle for being like you are. They booed Russ when he was coming out. And I was thinking about, like, how do I feel about that? Like, if a player played for my organization, for my team for so long, and they came back, like, because I don't give a fuck about, they left because they wanted more money somewhere. I could care less about that. That's not my business. I want everybody to get paid, so it's a great chance I'm not going to care, and I'm going to be on the player side anyways. But, like, Joe Flacco came back to play against Baltimore, but he wasn't in Baltimore. He was in New York. But, like, let's say he came back and he was playing in Baltimore. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't boo him. I'm not cheering him throughout the game. But when he come out, I'll probably even cheer him, show him his respect like you did win us that Super Bowl, my guy. Always my QB. But I'm not finna be cheering him throughout the game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if we whooping their ass and we up like 30 and he do something good, I might cheer him. But knowing me, I still won't. Gotta wait till after the game for that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't think I would have booed Russ if I was there personally and I'm a Seahawks fan. But I'm not going to tell fans how to feel in that type of situation. I am one of those people who decide to show the respect more so. And then I feel like, because I feel like people say like, oh, that's the opposing opponent now. Yeah, I get that. So I'm not going to cheer him during the game. Like before the game, though, that's like I don't have to be a fan before the game. And even if I'm being a fan, I can cheer for a dude or show respect to a guy that was so great for this organization. Like the man took you to 2 Super Bowls, won one. Like, come on now. I feel now it's I was finna say I feel the same way about Russ I feel about Cam, but I can't say that because Seattle got a lot of different big name superstars that made that team relevant. It wasn't just Russ. Like I would even say Marshawn made the team relevant before Russ came along. Then you had the Legion of Boom that quadrupled its appeal. And then Russ grew into his own and became the face of the franchise over time. But Cam Newton put Carolina back on the map. Anybody who didn't know who Carolina Panthers were knew who they were once Cam Newton touched down. Cam Newton made that team relevant every fucking year he was there. And made them a contender and a competent, good team every year he was there. Never get enough credit for it. They give all the white quarterbacks the credit for those things they did for a franchise for so long. Somehow Cam never gets it. As a matter of fact, when you get bums replacing him, motherfuckers like Terry Bradshaw go on TV and say Sam Darnold's the best quarterback Carolina has ever had. Like the fact that it's so easy to disrespect certain quarterbacks, black quarterbacks, is just absolutely insane. Because you're not gonna see, bro. You're not gonna see them do that for most of these, for really any of these other. Like Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. I have yet to see anybody say he's the best quarterback in Cincinnati Bengals history. I see people say I don't even think I done seen people say he could be. Like, people get Carson Palmer and other dude that type of respect. Cam Newton, oh boy. Sam Darnold made one throw in this motherfucker, Terry Bradshaw. I'm about to sneeze. Bless me. It's crazy, man. It really is. But this was a great Monday night game to start off Monday night. I'm so happy that Steve Levy, and I'm not hating. I'm really not. Because, hey, I could have to work with it or have to do something with with Steve Levy in the future. I'm not hating. I just don't enjoy Monday Night Football with Steve Levy on it. That's all. I like Louis Riddick. I liked Greasy. Was not the biggest Steve Levy fan. He did not grow on me. Troy Aikman, on the other hand, and how did I forget this man's name that quick? Troy and buddy that's in the booth with Troy, because I can't remember his name at the moment. I love them. They are great at what they do. I don't care how many people say they bad. Nope, they are great at what they do. I'm happy that ESPN paid that top dollar to get them over here. Monday Night Football is going to be way better. I didn't watch the Manning cast last year. I'm definitely not going to watch it this year because, for one, I don't want to watch another person watch the game. That's weird to me. if I'm watching the game, I want to watch it the way it's presented. I'm never into these different type. I respect all the different type of fun ways they try to get the game to be interactive and all this different type of shit, and see you watch other people break it down from their perspective. Throw the motherfucker in the booth if that's the case, because I just can't sit through a whole Peyton and Eli cast. Not because of them, just because I don't enjoy watching the game like that. I would prefer to watch it the way it's watched. Now, if the announcers are bad to an extent, I just turn the volume down, period. But it probably won't turn over to the Peyton broadcast. And I hope it's a good broadcast. I hear people say it's a good broadcast. I just don't watch it personally. But things that the Seahawks can take away from this game. Now, to me, this game, it was like kind of a replica of what a lot of the games I saw this weekend were, where a team would take a lead, and it's like the team that shouldn't have probably taken the lead. Like the better teams are losing, but they come back because of how the team that's winning is offensively challenged. So the Steelers, you got that Giants game, even though both of them is offensively challenged. Just the teams that are offensively challenged that take leads through playing high-level football, and then just as the game go on, they give up the lead because it's a lot of offense. The Panthers and the Browns game. So, to me, that's kind of what you saw tonight. Like, I imagine Seattle will be an offensively challenged team throughout the season. I don't think they'll be able to put up... I mean, I could see them averaging 20-something points a game, actually. I can't see them averaging, like, more than 21, 24. But I can see them averaging around at 21, 24. I think it'll be hard for them to get it consistently, though. Because... yeah, I just think it'll be hard for them to get that consistently because they won't look the way they looked tonight every night. That's for one. But if you could take something good away from this game, if you Seattle, is that if you stick to the script, you have a chance. Your running game looked better than already. Like your running game already looked better. So if you could stay healthy, you can build off of that. Geno ran the plays the exact way you would want him to run them. I do think he get kind of dicey when you start to get that pressure on him. And I understand people say, well, every quarterback look bad every quarterback does not look bad when pressure is coming for him. I understand every quarterback can eventually fold to the pressure. Yeah, I've seen that multiple times. But every quarterback ain't specifically just terrible once they get hit one time, and then it's just rushing throws. You seeing ghosts. I don't want to say seeing ghosts. Only Sam was seeing those shits. But Geno kind of remind me of Goff, except for he got a lot of talent around him right now. And so I'm interested to see what Geno can do with the starting position. I don't think they'll win the division, but I'm interested to see because Pete Carroll could be so, against tanking or losing that the motherfucker don't even care about trying to get a good quarterback. The motherfucker really might be about to turn 71 Thursday and thinking that he can run this franchise to a Super Bowl with Geno. And God bless him if he do, because wow. But it was a good Monday Night Football game. If I was the Broncos, would I be too mad about this? I wouldn't be too mad about this loss if I was the Broncos. Obviously, yes, I would. You were supposed to win this game. You were supposed to win this game. And you in the division you in, and you had that many opportunities throughout the second half. Yeah, this is a rough loss for the Broncos, but I'll talk more about it on the next episode of Kicking It with Saint when we break down all the other teams. So that was just a quick breakdown of Monday Night Football. It was a great game. I enjoyed it. I appreciate you for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. I will see you all tomorrow night when I break down all the games or recap all the games that happened on Sunday, Monday. And we look forward to Thursday Night Football. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. Give my Dukes a kiss on the cheek for me. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy. Scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.